them man there. Them man there. Ain't nothing like them man there. My man, I stand up, give them man chairs. Them man there. Them man there. Don't know what I'm to them man there. Rule one of my circle, them man square.
Look at all of them. We were driving along the road and then suddenly we saw this, a graveyard of Citroen H-Vans, the original broom wagon or voiture balai in the Tour de France.
Ah, c'est comme ça le camion balai. Ça veut dire qu'on ramasse tous les coureurs qui restent. On mettait les vélos dans le camion et les coureurs.
Today just keeps getting better and better. The gentleman Christian here has said that he will fit our special Tour de France horn to the camper. C'est possible?
C'est possible, tout est possible, mais... Voilà. Ah. Regarde.
I'm not sure whether I should be nervous or not.
Touche, tu vois. Le soleil, hein?
Ouais, c'est ça. Mais c'est bien, hein?
Ouais.
We're in the Pyrenees and we've created the ultimate Tour de France camper. We've got our broom and we've got our horn and we're ready to join the caravan on the climb. So I've got a whole bunch of variety of badges.
Un petit cadeau, monsieur. De rien.
Merci.
Merci.
After the roaring success of our one camper Publicity Caravan, we've come to the slopes of the Col de Porte to experience the real thing.
Now, in a few minutes, hundreds of trucks are going to make their way up the mountain, showering the thronging masses with freebies. Stuart, I've got a challenge. Whoever can get the most wins.
I've brought my sack.
Well, so have I.
You got any tips?
It'll be, I reckon, my 30th Publicity Caravan, so if I lose to him, I'm going to be gutted. Right in there. This is going to really, he's not showing me in my best light. Yes.
Est-ce que vous avez la patate? Allez, on les plaît.
Encore.
Deflection. And I've got one hat, two hats, three hats.
I'm going to have to award you the victory already because I've got more things, but mine are all boring. Watch racing, go roadside. That's the Rapha Race Radio motto, and I'll tell you why. See, at the Tour, we're not allowed to show you any race footage, so rather than filming it, we're watching it. It was here on Wednesday, last climb, Col du Porte. We were lucky enough to watch them come through. It's a completely different experience to on the TV. You see, you notice things that the TV doesn't show. It's thrilling, it's visceral, less sport than spectacle. We saw the arrival of Nairo Quintana, a laser beam of focus coming through up the mountain. And then the group of favourites, shortly behind. Geraint Thomas looked almost serene to us. And it's the little things, like the suffering eyes of Bob Jungles rolled into the back of his head, or the brown calves of Juan Antonio Flecha dancing away, glistening in the sun. We saw Mikhail Kwiatkowski be booed by French fans. One lady asked her husband why he did it. He simply said, "C'est un sky." He's a sky rider, as if that's a reason enough. And you see the back of the race too. Even Peter Sagan, the world champion, ripped to shreds from his crash, hunched over his bike in pain. He looked almost human. And the last rider on the road, sprinter Arnaud Demar, competing in his own race against the broom wagon just behind him. He made it to fight another day, and he won that next stage too. That's what it's all about. Watch racing, go roadside.
In the last episode, I had a bit of bother getting to the top of ALPE d'Huez. Oh, deep pain. Believe me. Not my finest hour in 18 minutes.
It was a glorious failure, but we've decided to come and try and whip Stu into shape with Team Education First Sport Director Tom Southam.
Fellas?
Probably a while since you put a radio on a rider this fat.
I don't know actually, I think you'd be surprised. Right, radio in the back pocket, That's your button to speak to me. Yeah. Here we go. So generally our riders take, however many riders there are, they'll take that many biddens. So we give them a musette with 6 biddens in.
I feel so pro.
Get this down the back of the jersey. Both hands off the bars.
I think I'm good. I think I might die.
Get this one in your pocket as well. You've got to take up to your teammates. They're thirsty. Don't drink your teammates' drink. In your pocket. Yeah, come on. You've got to take 6 more and then get to the front of the race. And then start pulling, for f***'s sakes.
Another thing you appreciate, this is full beans.
You're going to have to say that clearly, please, Stu. Clearly.
This is full beans.
The riders will tell you on the radio they want to feed, but they have to call me on the race radio, which requires the rider to put his hand up. So at the moment he's not putting his hand up, so he doesn't get anything. Do you want to come back for food, Stu? Come back for food? On my side.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
He just doesn't listen to a word I say. What is with this guy?
I'm taking the speed limit, what happened?
Didn't get a word of that. Anybody? Take some gels. And one of these. Got to get back to the bunch, mate. Just got to go as hard as we can. Totally out of the race. You need to keep going or you'll be outside of time cut. Big risk in this race with Lawson Craddock was in the first week when he first had his injury. To be honest, I thought it was race done because once we got up to him, he was quite hurt. He battled through the stage and he was in a lot of pain. And I mean, at first he was sat completely skew on his bike, you could see, so I was driving behind him. He was struggling to hold the bars. I mean, he's just been tenacious, really. Like, he could have pulled out and nobody would have batted an eyelid. Everyone would have said, okay. Tour de France and Pyrenees is the only one that people are just like, I'm just finishing, no matter what. It's the Tour, man. Up behind the bumper, mate, come on. His earpiece is gone, which is a Taylor Phinney classic. Always taking his earpiece out, and he thinks I don't know. Good man. We're nearly there, mate. Come on.
Can you lay me down a bed of roses?
One bed of roses coming right up. Good job, mate.
Hi guys, I'm Juan Antonio. I'm back for a special edition of One More Thing.
It's the rest day, and what better way to spend it than with a relaxing game of boules.
So what's it like to win a stage of the Tour de France?
It's wonderful. It's the best thing on a bike race that can happen to you. You can go so deep when you see that you're winning, because I won it solo as well, so I could feel it, I could taste it already for quite a few minutes. For 17Ks I think I tasted. The chasing group was quite close as well, and the bunch was very close as well, so it's very intense and very, you know, but at the same time you get so much adrenaline going on there. And the breakaway, it happened quite late on the stage, and at one point I said, forget it, you know, just, it's not gonna happen, there's not gonna be a breakaway today. And I just, you know, just relaxed in the bunch, and I remember my teammates kind of pushed me back to go on that breakaway, and
Well, he was like, no,
come on, yeah, one more, give one more try. Just the fact of being on a breakaway Tour de France, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just like different to all the rest things. And things that the Tour has is like so different to the rest of the other cycling races that it feels like a different sport as well, you know. You realize immediately that, well, you are in the Tour, you know. I think it was a guest for the Tour de France. I think because Lance Armstrong was there, was Arnold Schwarzenegger invited? So no, he didn't know who I was, obviously. I remember he chatting with Lance, and all of a sudden Lance said, hey, he introduced me. So all of a sudden I see this little guy, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, shake hands with him. It's like, man, you don't get the chance to shake Terminator hands that often. And it happened after winning a Tour de France stage.
Hell yeah, what a day. Oh, we made it. We've been on the go today from 9 till 10 p.m. and it's been so hot, and this is so deserved. Come on, hold my hand.
What way to finish?
Hold my hand.
Let's go together, Harry.
2, 1. That's a wrap.